Hello again. Well, now we're going to look at another fault code, which is the F28 Fault Code. It will be displayed in your digital display whether you've got a EcoTec or an Ecomax boiler. Primarily we're looking at the EcoTec, and it will possibly be the Turbomax as well, the earlier Turbomaxes, 2000 to 2005. Now the F28 again is a very straightforward fault code. It means that there is no gas or no ignition, which means the boiler cannot light up. Now from a consumer point of view, there are several things you can do to check before you start spending lots of money calling people in to have a look at the boiler. First thing to do is to check to make sure that your gas meter is actually turned on. If you have another gas appliance in the property, like a hob or an oven or even a gas fire, light them up to make sure that they have actually got gas going through to them, to make sure that your supply is actually on and you've got gas in the pipework. Second thing is if you use a prepayment meter, obviously check to make sure that there is money on the card or on the meter, and you have reset the meter and there is no fault code on the meter. If so, you need to contact the supplier or Transco or whoever you pay your gas bill to, and they will come out and hopefully reset your gas meter. Apart from that, if you look at the F28, it means that the boiler hasn't lit. Now this is a fundamental difference between the F28 and the F29, which are very close together, and people do get a bit confused. The F28 means that the boiler has tried to light 3 times and failed, which means it hasn't actually lit any gas whatsoever. However, the F29 fault code, which is a bit different, means that the boiler did light up. It may have only been for a few seconds, or it may have been for an hour or two. There's no way of telling, but what it will tell you is that the boiler did light up at some point, and then the flame was extinguished during an operation or an on period. Now as soon as you see a combination of the two fault codes, the F28 or the F29, you really need to start looking around the boiler. Now, because that means that something's interfering with the combustion process. Now that's a long list of things that could be wrong. You could have problems with the heat exchanger internally, the ignition system, the flame rectification system. You could have a problem with the gas mixture. You could have a problem with the condensate sump and the condensate supply, the trap, or even the condensate pipework going down to the drain. You could have a problem with the flue system. The internal concentric flue or internal part of the concentric flue system could have come apart, or you could have really bad backflow of products coming back down the flue. There are so many different things to check out on the F29. You could spend an awful lot of time trying to rectify the fault. But if you've just got F28 and no other fault code, you can primarily put that down to a failure of gas supply. So that's either the gas valve itself that's failed, or the printed circuit board electronics have failed to open the gas valve, or you've got a gas supply shortage. F29, you need to look at other things around the boiler. You need to get a service engineer. Obviously you need a service engineer for both, but the first things to check as far as consumers perspective, check your gas supply, check you've got gas turned on, and make sure that the lever on the gas valve or your emergency control valve is fully on and parallel with the pipe. Apart from that, there's not else you can do apart from call someone. So hopefully if you've checked all that, then at least you'll know you need to call someone in and you're not wasting your money. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.